I've worked night security at the Riverside Office Complex for 2 years. 12 floors, every night, completely empty, except floor 7. Last night, I watched the security camera footage from up there and saw myself walk out of the elevator, stand perfectly still in the center of the room for 18 minutes, then walk back in. I have no memory of going to floor 7, and when I checked the elevator logs it says, I never left the ground floor. Welcome to Midnight Whispers. Here we share true horror and paranormal stories. If you love horror stories, then this is the right place for you. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out. Now let's dive in. My name is Marcus. I'm a night security guard. It's not glamorous, but it pays the bills. My shift runs from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., Sunday through Thursday. The Riverside Office Complex is a 12-story building downtown. During the day, it's full of insurance companies, law firms, accounting offices. At night, dead empty. My job is simple: lock the main doors at 10, do a patrol of each floor at midnight, and 4 a.m. watch the security monitors. Make sure no one breaks in. Leave at 6 when the day shift arrives. That's it. I've done this for 2 years. 730 nights. Same routine, same building, same empty floors, except floor 7. Elevator doors opening. Floor 7 has always been wrong. Not obviously, not in a way I could explain to anyone, but every time I step out of that elevator, something in my gut screams at me to get back in and leave. The air feels heavier, colder. The lights take an extra second to turn on when I flip the switch. And there's always the smell like old paper and something metallic, like blood, but not quite. I do my rounds quickly on floor 7, in and out in 5 minutes. Check the doors, make sure nothing's disturbed. Back in the elevator. But 3 nights ago, something changed. 2:47 a.m. I was at my desk, half watching the security monitors, half scrolling through my phone. That's when I heard it. Footsteps, coming from the floor 7 camera feed. I looked up. The monitor showed the main hallway of floor 7. Empty, but I could hear them, clear as day. Boot sounds, walking slowly, deliberately. I switched between camera angles. 4 cameras on floor 7, hallway, break room, north office, south office, all empty. But the footsteps continued, and then they stopped, right in front of the elevator. The elevator button lit up. Someone on floor 7 had called the elevator. I watched the floor indicator above my desk. It showed the elevator car on the ground floor where I was, but the call came from floor 7. The elevator doors next to my desk opened on their own. Empty car, lights flickering, and on the floor wet footprints, leading out of the elevator, into the lobby, toward my desk. I ran, didn't think, didn't grab my coat, didn't lock the door, just ran to my car and drove home, shaking so hard I could barely hold the wheel. I called in sick the next 2 nights, told my supervisor I had the flu. He was pissed, but I didn't care. I couldn't go back there, but yesterday, I couldn't avoid it anymore. My supervisor called, said if I didn't show up tonight, I was fired. I needed this job. Rent was due. I had no savings, so I went back. First thing I did when I got to my desk, pulled up the security footage from 3 nights ago. The night I ran, I watched myself sitting at the desk, scrolling my phone, normal. 2:47 a.m. I look up at the monitors, stand up, and walk to the elevator. But I didn't do that. I ran to my car. I didn't go to the elevator. I watched the footage. I stepped into the elevator. The doors closed. The floor indicator changed. Ground floor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The elevator opened on floor 7. I stood there for 18 minutes, perfectly still, not moving, not looking around, just standing, staring at nothing. And then, at 3:09 a.m., I turned around, walked back to the elevator, went back down to the ground floor, sat at my desk, picked up my phone, like nothing happened. I have no memory of any of it. Tonight, it's 2:30 a.m. now. I'm writing this on my phone. In 17 minutes, if the pattern holds, I'm going to stand up, walk to the elevator, go to floor 7, and stand there for 18 minutes. And I won't remember any of it. I checked the logs going back 6 months. Every shift, every single night. 2:47 a.m. Elevator goes to floor 7, stays for 18 minutes, returns. I've been doing this for 6 months and never knew. What's on floor 7? What have I been doing there? And why can't I remember? It's 2:46 a.m. now. 1 minute. My legs are starting to move on their own. I can't stop it. I'm standing up. If you're reading this, if anyone finds this message, don't work night shift, and never, ever go to floor 7. If you work night security, and your building has a floor that feels wrong, don't go there at 2:47 a.m. because you might not come back the same, or you might not come back at all. If you're a night shift worker and you've had any similar experience, please do well to share. I read all comments. My sister died 2 weeks ago. Car accident. At her funeral, a man I'd never seen stood in the back the entire service. When everyone left, he walked up to me, looked me in the eyes, and said, "I'm sorry, I couldn't stop it." I tried to warn her, but she wouldn't listen. My sister died alone on an empty highway at 3 a.m. No witnesses. Nobody else was there. So how did he know? My name is Sarah, my younger sister. Emma died on October 3rd. She was 24, driving home late from her boyfriend's place. Lost control on a sharp turn. Car went off the road, down an embankment. Died on impact. The funeral was small, just family and a few of her close friends. Rain poured the entire day. Everyone stood under a white tent while the pastor said generic things about a girl he'd never met. I wasn't really listening. I couldn't. Every time I looked at that casket, I felt sick. Emma and I had fought the week before she died. Stupid argument about her boyfriend. I told her she was wasting her life with him. She told me to mind my own business. We didn't speak for 5 days, and then she was gone. That's when I first noticed him. A man, maybe 40, dark coat, no umbrella, standing at the back, away from everyone else, just watching. I didn't recognize him. Neither did my parents. None of Emma's friends knew who he was. He stayed through the entire service. Didn't sit, didn't move, just stood there in the rain, staring at the casket. When it ended and people started leaving, he remained. I was the last one at the grave. My parents had gone back to the car. Everyone else had left. Just me and the man in the dark coat. "You must be Sarah." His voice was soft, calm, like we were old friends. "I'm sorry for your loss." Emma was special. I stared at him. "Who are you? How do you know my name? How did you know Emma? From where?" He smiled. Not unkindly, but there was something wrong about it. Like he knew a secret I didn't. "We met 3 weeks ago, at the diner on Route 9. She was there late, after a fight with someone. You, I think." My blood went cold. Emma had gone to that diner. The night of our fight, she'd texted me from there. I never responded. "What did you talk about?" "She told me about you. About your fight. About her boyfriend, Marcus. About how she felt stuck, lost." He said all of this like he'd known her for years. Details no stranger should know. She said she was thinking about leaving, starting over somewhere new. Somewhere Marcus couldn't find her. I froze. Emma had been planning to leave Marcus. She told me that in our fight. I told her she was being dramatic, that she always ran when things got hard. She cried, called me cruel. That was the last real conversation we ever had. He handed me something, a napkin, from the Route 9 diner, with Emma's handwriting. "If anything happens to me, it's not an accident. Marcus knows. He's been following me. I'm scared." Dated October 2nd, the night before she died. The police said it was an accident, loss of control, no evidence of foul play. The stranger's expression didn't change, because they didn't look hard enough. Check her brake lines. Check Marcus's alibi. Check the mile marker where she went off the road. There are skid marks from another vehicle. Someone forced her off. Why are you telling me this? If you knew she was in danger, why didn't you go to the police? I tried. They didn't believe me. Said I was just some random guy making accusations. No proof, no evidence, just a napkin and a feeling. He turned to leave. "Wait, what's your name? How do I contact you?" He stopped, turned back one last time. "You don't. But if you want the truth about what happened to Emma, ask Marcus where he was at 2:47 a.m. on October 3rd. Ask him why he told police. He was asleep at home when his phone pinged off a cell tower 15 miles from the crash site, and then he was gone, disappeared into the rain and fog. I went to the police the next day, showed them the napkin, told them what the stranger said. They investigated. Marcus's alibi fell apart. His phone was near the crash site. His car had fresh damage, paint transfer matching Emma's vehicle. He confessed 3 days later. He'd been following her, thought she was cheating, ran her off the road in a rage. Didn't mean to kill her, just wanted to scare her. Emma's death wasn't an accident. The stranger was right about everything. But here's what I can't explain. I went back to that diner, Route 9, asked if anyone remembered Emma being there. October 2nd asked if they remembered a man in a dark coat sitting with her. The waitress remembered. Emma remembered her sitting alone in that booth for hours, crying, writing on napkins. But there was no man. Emma was alone the entire time. I never found the stranger, never learned his name. But last week, I went to the cemetery again, put fresh flowers on Emma's grave, and I saw him. I walked over, ready to demand answers. But when I got close enough to see which grave he was standing at, Michael Chen, my uncle, Emma's godfather, he died 25 years ago. Car accident, hit and run, driver never found. Same stretch of highway, same curve. October 3rd. When I looked up, the stranger was gone. But on the headstone, someone had left a note. I'm sorry I couldn't save you both. If you've made it till this point, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on stories like this. Do not forget to share your experiences in the comments section. I do read all.